Here at the Fremont Speedway, I'm Ryan Kent Jr. with the Rick's Truck and Equipment Buckeye Outlaw Sprint Series, the 2017 Hensel Memorial. We've got a couple members of the Hensel family here with us. We've got Bob, his son, and opportunities for this 2017 Hensel Memorial. What exactly does this race mean to you and your family to honor your dad?
Oh, it's real important. You know, it's become kind of like a family reunion with a lot of family and friends and that, and old racers that Dad raced with and that. You know, and it's important to keep his memory alive. You know, and it's it's glad to be a part of the Boss Series. You know, my dad, he'd have been a boss racer. That's what he did. He worked and he raced on the weekends when he can afford it. And he come out here and just did his best.
Shirley, meanwhile, your husband Mike, we've got his a look-like of what his car was, and talk a little bit about his racing career, and obviously raced here in the state of Ohio and had some good accomplishments as well.
Well, he started racing in the 70s. He raced for 5 years, but Fremont Speedway was one of the local tracks that he really loved, and Findlay and Lima, and we traveled all over, but his greatest love has always been racing, and it's always been the open wheel racing, which is why he liked the Boss and would be part of it. So his dad in early years, he raced motorcycles, so he's always had racing in his blood, I would say. And he loved to go, and we used to go to a lot of USAC races also after he raced, and then our son Bob was on the Hoffman racing team, and we traveled with them, but it was always good to get back to the local tracks, and it's been just a thrill to keep his memory alive in this way.
And this has been certainly a race that's been a staple on the Ohio circuit, the 2017 Hensel Memorial here at the Fremont Speedway with the Buckeye Outlaw Sprint Series.
We're here with the 91X of Aaron Medall, often known as the Iron Man. Aaron, can you tell us what your thoughts are coming into tonight's race at Fremont Speedway?
More relief. This year's just been terrible. Get it over with. But we're going to hopefully walk home with $5,000 in our pocket, though.
Everybody would like to have that $5,000. Is there anybody you'd like to thank tonight for this keeping the 91X on the racetrack?
Well, my pit crew, Adam Stacy, my brother, Shakeley Mechanical sponsors me. Tom Berkey, not on the car, but he's helped me out this week on some stuff. So,
all right, thank you so much. Good luck. We're here at the 14 of Chad Wilson. Chad, I know you've had a good season coming into tonight's race. What are your thoughts of tonight?
Well, this is the closest track to my hometown of Toledo. I've raced here a lot, so we have a good chance of doing pretty decent tonight.
All right, and I know you've had a decent year, so what are your thoughts of the year so far? What are your highs and your lows?
Well, the biggest high was finishing second down to Mansfield. The lows were missing the show at Montpelier. A good run this whole season, so I can't complain.
All right, hopefully the luck keeps in roll with you, and good luck tonight.
Thank you.
We're here with the 53 of Steve Little at Fremont Speedway. Steve, I know you've had a hot season so far. What are your thoughts of the season so far?
Pretty good. Been pretty consistent. I'd like to do a little bit better. I think my top finish was 4th, but always like to get a win. But as long as we're having fun and staying out of trouble, we're doing all right.
All right. And what are your thoughts of Fremont Speedway here and coming into tonight's race?
I like Fremont. I get around here okay, I guess, as long as I keep my head on straight and stay out of the holes. There's a couple holes usually going into 3, but can get around here and hopefully be all right.
All right, Steve. Good luck tonight. That's the 53 of Steve Little.
Curtis Molenkamp. Just like to thank Cohen Truck Lines for sponsoring the Steel Block Award for the Boss Series. I run a 360 with a steel block, and I've won that award a few times this year, so I'd like to give a shout out to them and look forward to a good season next year. Thank you.
Hi, my name is Paul Deuce. I'm driver of the Maxim number 87 for Deuce Racing. I also want to do a shout out thank you to JF Construction for the Hard Charger Award for Boss Series. Without any of these sponsors, we wouldn't be able to do this, so big thanks to you guys for letting us do what we do.
Hi, this is Joe Buteros, driver of the number 3 women's sprint car. I'd like to thank TCP for sponsoring the series. Thank you.
Hi, Rick Holly here. I drive the number 86 Boss sprint car, and I really need to thank Lias Tire and American Racer for supporting us through this year. Thank you very much. Appreciate it.
10 laps the distance, taking the top 3 to the feature event. Our first of 2 B mains here tonight for the Rick's Truck and Equipment Buckeye Sprint Series. Chad Wilson and Tyler Gunn, your front row. 10 laps. Green flag flies over turn number 4. Only taking the top 3. Paul Dews in the middle of a battle for the rocking around right there in the middle of 5 points in terms of the point standings for the season. Final race of the 2017 year. Working here, Cody Swanson works to the inside, almost 3 wide at the black stand. Cody Swanson looks to the inside of Paul Dews, trying to grab on that third and final transfer spot. Nose to tail go Dews, Engel, and Swanson into 3 and 4. Dews going to drive it in hard against that Kent Walter's own 21K of Swanson. Swanson able to fight back on the high side of the speedway into 4th. Tyler Gunn, your leader. Paul Dews about looped it in the middle of turn 1 and 2, running that 5th spot. Chad Wilson rides the bicycle big time on the entry to turn number 3. Dustin Engel settles back into that 3rd spot. Only taking the top 3. Here comes Cody Swanson. Swanson last week tied up his 3rd USAC Silver Crown national title. I won the season at Waynesfield, Lincoln Park, and the Lawrenceburg Speedway. Still trying to knock off a big boss win for the 2-time Hensel winner. We complete lap number 4. Tyler Gunn, your leader. Chad Wilson starting to close in on the Napoleon, Ohio native. Dustin Engel, a Waynesfield regular, sitting in that 3rd spot. Cody Swanson currently sits out of a transfer. Cody Swanson trying to make something out of that high side of the speedway. Paul Dews sits in 5th for the boss regular. Tyler Gunn goes to the high side this time in 3 and 4. Cody Swanson running the same line as him. Wilson and Engel close in a little bit. Those top 3 are currently locked into the feature event. Cody Swanson out of a transfer spot. Engel sails it way high this time in a 3 and 4. Allows Swanson to close a little bit. Engel working to the outside of Chad Wilson this time through 1 and 2. A car length separate those two. Wilson, your leader, this time in a 3 and 4. Engel pokes that front Nerf bar again to the high side of the speedway as we rock and roll on lap number 8. Cody Swanson working to the inside of Dustin Engel. The Hensel Memorial winner last season grabs onto that 3rd and final transfer spot. Engel coming back hard on the high side of the speedway. Swanson able to clear him here off of turn number 4 as the white silk flies. Swanson gets caught up with some traffic on the bottom side of the speedway. Works right behind Chad Wilson. Final time down the back straightaway. Swanson looking to the outside. Has to hold on and it throws the left front in the air. Swanson can end up in 2nd. Here with B main number 1. Tyler Gunn, your victor. Good battle there between your top 3. Only taking the top 3 to the feature event. How about it though for the winner? Beam main number 1 for Tyler Gunn. 2nd, the 21K of Cody Swanson. 3rd to the 2DI of Dustin Engel.
Drips down the front of his shirt. There you go. On your shirt. Where did we go the other day?
Ted Hines, Justin Owen, your front row here with B main number 2.
Do it all the way to the wall on the outside. That'll be good to go. All right, we're going green this time by. Going green this time side by side.
10 laps, 10 circuits around here at the Fremont Speedway, taking the top 3.
Copycat.
Ted Hines and Justin Owen, your front row. Only able to take the top 3 of the featurette, 10 laps. All the turn number 4, B main number 2 is green. Justin Owen takes the lead, dives the bottom side of 1 and 2. Ted Hines on the bottoms, Brian Smith up high. Smith able to grab onto that second spot as they work off of turn number 2 down the back straightaway. Ted Hines rubbing his right front against that left rear, Brian Smith. Hines going to settle in that 3rd spot with Midall 4th. Midall works on the high side of the speedway, Hunter right behind him. Steve Little working on the high side of the speedway. He currently sits 4th in series points for the Moss regular. Ted Hines, it's in that 2nd spot. Justin Owen opened up about a straightaway lead on the 2+ of Brian Smith. Smith able to close that gap this time by off of turn number 4. Owen working about half lane off the bottom through 3 and 4. The Canadian working on the high side of the speedway there for the 26 machine of John Watson. Trying to put it in the show. Ted Hines knocking on the door, Brian Smith. Those top 3 are in your feature event. Cross flags, 5 down, 5 to go. Justin Owen starting to lose some of his lead, starting to dissipate here on lap number 6. Your front 3 runners just shy of nose to tail. This time as they roll into turn number 1, Smith on the high side of the speedway. 2016 Sprints on Dirt Wing Sprint Car Series champion is Brian Smith. Works to the outside of Justin Owen. Owen going to slide up off of turn number 4. Smith going to get on the binders a little bit. Give him some breathing room here on lap number 8. Smith again trying to find something on the high side of the speedway. Hines sits in 3rd with Watson in 4th. Smith dodging the infield tire this time, coming to the flag stand. Lap number 9, they'll see the white flag this next time by. Smith bobbles a little bit up there on the cushion. Owen able to open up the lead by 5 car lengths this time at the flag stand. White flag in the air. See if Smith can get anything here. He's in the feature event. Works to the outside of Owen this time through 3 and 4. Who's it going to be off of turn number 4? Justin Owen going to hang on to it and win B main number 2. Good battle up front between those top 3. How about it? Throwing some flames out of the header as well. How about it for the Ford J out of Harrison, Ohio? Put your hands together for Justin Owen. Also want to take a moment my first up, we need Matt Westfall. Matt, if he can find his way on over here. Obviously able to get a good win there in heat race number 1. Strong start to the evening.
Yeah, it helps when you start on a pole. But now I hope we can get a good draw here and start up front in the feature.
1 of 8 pills set to be selected. Going to head on over here to Elizabeth and see where he will start tonight's 33-lap Hensel Memorial. He's going to have a little ways to go. He'll start at 8. And he's extremely happy about that, if you couldn't guess. Our second guy up is going to be Lane and Simon. Unfortunately, Lane are not able to make it on out here, but we're going to there's no real reason for me to interview you. So I guess we're going to have any color commentary that we may have to offer, huh?
No, I'm just a has-been, used to racing that, but Landon's got some motor trouble, so they're changing the mag, and going through the plugs and stuff. Hopefully they got her squared up for the feature.
Well, a victory would certainly make it all the worth more for putting all that effort in. See where Landon Simon's going to start tonight's feature event. He's going to start 5th on the inside of row number 3. Our winner of heat race number 3, Tim Buckwalter, come on over here. First time in a sprint car, didn't turn out too bad, huh?
Nah, we're just trying to get a feel for it, get some laps, and keep ourselves out of trouble tonight.
See where he can start tonight's feature event. $5,000 to the winner of the 5th annual Hensel Memorial. He's going to start on the inside of row number 2 in 3rd for Tim Buckwalter. A winner of heat race number 4, Thomas Mesraw. Man, you passed about past 2 cars there in the first corner and pretty much ran away with the thing, pulling a whole bunch of wheelies and cushion and everything else. What do you think about the Stan Cortana on X tonight?
The thing's always fast, and this place is great for wheelies, and so is the 9X. So just hopefully we get a decent draw and we can go forward.
Spend some time here as well in a wing car. All the fans might be hoping that you draw towards the back. They want to see you try to pass some race cars tonight. See where Team is going to start the feature, and it's going to be from the pole. Thomas Mesraw going to be your pole sitter here tonight. Our first second-place finisher, Cooper Klaus, second in heat race number 1. He's looking at something over there. I can't even explain what he's looking at. But Cooper Klaus coming over here, man, and a decent run there in a pretty tough heat race number 1.
Yeah, it was definitely stacked. I screwed up there at the beginning and fell back to 5th, but came up through and counting on this redraw tonight.
See where he's going to start tonight's feature event. Step on over here to Elizabeth and pull the pill out. 4 of them left, and Cooper is going to fumble a little bit, kind of like those Cleveland Browns do. He's going to draw a 4 for tonight's feature event on the outside of row number 2. Matt Cooley up next. Matt, it's kind of been an up-and-down season for you, and still some good pills in there. Try to get a good finish here at around the 2017 ball season.
Yeah, luckily I started on the pole and made the redraw, so hopefully we can get what's the best one yet? 3, 4? I don't know, whatever. Just a good spot I'm happy with.
Don't even have to think about it. Step on over here and pull the pill out. Notice the 2 is still in there. There's 3 pills left. The 2 is there, and he drew the 7. Unfortunate there for Matt Cooley. Drew Rader, our winner this season at the Waynesford Raceway Park, and a $3,000 check, $5,000 on the line here tonight, man.
Oh yeah, I'd like to win that. That'd cap off a good year. I'm not real super comfortable at this track yet, but looks like it's going to shape up to be pretty tacky, so maybe tonight's our night.
A Boss regular 2016. See what he can do tonight. 2 pills left. Talk to Bill Rose here to round it out, and Drew's going to start from the outside front row for our Jack Hewitt Classic winner here in 2017. Bill Rose, a veteran, of course, doing a little bit of wing racing, a little bit of Silver Crown, a little bit of everything, but here with us tonight running the non-wing car and going to start 6th in the night's feature event.
Yeah, I got to thank George for letting me run his car and just come out and have some fun, and I want to thank everybody for coming out, and hopefully we can put on a good show.
Absolutely. Bill going to make it official. Step on over here and pull out the pill. Now the thing finally falls out. 6 for Bill Rose. Having a round of applause for all these drivers here tonight, stepping out. Thanks to all you fans as well for coming out here tonight, bearing the cold, and I appreciate all you fans coming out.
Row, guys. 24 on the inside.
Double checking your lineup, 2 wide. 33 laps here around the Fremont Speedway. $5,000 to your winner here tonight.
I need 77 and 7.
All right, race fans, I need all of you up and on your feet as the next time by 22 of the bravest, baddest sons of guns on the face of planet Earth show you the full wide salute to you, the race fans, and in honor of the late, great, legendary Greg Staub. Fremont Speedway, it's time to forget the wings and let the horsepower sing. This is the Hensel Memorial. This is the Rick's Truck and Equipment Buckeye Outlaw Sprint Series. sitter Thomas Meserol, a former Hensel Memorial winner. 33 laps the distance. 1 to go, signal shown to the field. Set to go green the next time by off of turn number 4. Thomas Meserol and Drew Rader, your front row. 33 times around here at the Fremont Speedway. Cars slowly make their way down the back straightaway. 33 laps, $5,000. The 5th annual Hensel Memorial here at Fremont is green. Good start around the speedway. Cooper Klaus jumps over, up and over, and bounces right in front of a couple of cars. Cooper Klaus, the car up and over there in turn number 1 and 2. Right there on the entry to turn number 1. Cooper Klaus is okay. Good news from over there in turn number 1. And he is staying strapped in that race car. There is no, at least from our view, obvious damage. He was the lone reason for the caution, so he will go to the tail. But with this red flag, he would have a little bit of time there in the work area. And he's staying strapped in. Not a, luckily, thankfully, a hard flip over at all. The car just kind of waited in the air and then flopped over a little bit there on the cage. You can see that white number 14 machine of Cooper Klaus is getting pushed back towards the pit area.
Do they really hate me that much? Oh, I felt so bad.
And they're going to check things out on that machine. Understand is going to make his way back here to the speedway. 14 machine of Cooper Klaus has made his way back here to the speedway. You see Drew Rader over there in turn number 2 is getting pushed back onto the speedway. We'll have a complete restart, 33 laps. Lineup being looked over around the speedway. We'll have a complete restart. Set to go 33 laps. 1 to go, signal to the field. Second time's a charm.
Side by side, that cross line coming out of turn 4. Still 33 laps. Good luck.
Now Thomas Meserol and Bill Rose, your front row. With Tim Buckwalter and Matt Westfall in row number 2.
That's a lot.
33 laps, 5th Mike Hensel Memorial here at the Fremont Speedway with the Rick's Truck and Equipment Buckeye Outlaw Sprint Series is green. Rose going to lead by a nose into turn number 1. Meserol digs on the bottom side of the speedway. Here comes Buckwalter, roll the bicycle for just a moment. Landon Simon, his motor seems to be doing just fine, working on the bottom side of the speedway in turn 3 and 4. Matt Westmore going to hang on to that 4th spot. Thomas Meserol, former Hensel Memorial winner, driving that San Quinton 09X. 3 wide back in the pack, featuring your top 2 in points. Hold on. Tim Buckwalter on the bottom side of the speedway, able to take it away. That 2nd spot there from Bill Rose. Buckwalter works in that 2nd spot, trying to hunt down Thomas Meserol. Sean Valenti and Dallas Hewitt do a good battle back there for the 6th spot. Valenti taking off the lee side, also running a truck. Matt Westfall rides in that 3rd spot, side by side for 4th. Between Rose and Simon. Lane and Simon earlier this season at the Lawrenceburg Speedway. Rose able to grab back onto that 4th spot off of turn number 4. Dallas Hewitt trying to make up some ground on the high side of the speedway. Kent Walters jumps the cushion in turn number 2. Able to rally her back in and go side by side with Mr. Excitement Michael Fischesser. Fischesser with Smith right behind him. Fischesser, big goal for him with this race, trying to hunt down a victory. Car around, cars bouncing and everything else. And your point leader, Dustin Smith, comes to a stop as well.
Okay, so the 7 is...
So those 2 cars shooting together right there in the front of Dustin Smith. Matt Westfall 3rd, Bill Rose 4th, Landon Simon a good run for him up here in the 5th spot. Dallas Hewitt 6th, Shane Cottle, Michael Fischesser. Fischesser chasing down his first Boss victory, 2nd place in points. 5 phalanges down, 28 to go. Thomas Meserol, your leader, 28 to go. You're in the 5th Hensel Memorial, back to green. Meserol sails her off there to turn number 1, drifts up to the cushion at the exit of turn 2. Buckwalter continues to give chase. 3 wide back in the pack. Dallas Hewitt brushing the top side of the cushion there in turn 3 and 4. Now working the inside of Landon Simon. Almost 3 wide. They're off of turn number 2. Shane Cottle takes a look to the inside of the speedway. Shane Cottle said in terms of the poster for this event, he wants his name to fill the question mark in terms of who's going to win this 2017 Hensel Memorial. A Boss winner this season at Lima Land. A good run with us at the Montpelier Motor Speedway as well. You're 1 and 2 in points, side by side, battling inside the top 10 between the 77 and the 44. Car viciously up and over Tyler Gunn.
Slow down, red, slow down.
That's Tyler Gunn here on the front straightaway on the entry to turn 1. Tyler Gunn is okay down there on the entry to turn number 1. Took a vicious ride from about the flag stand there to the entry to turn 1.
Here, I'm going to take 8 because I only have about 3 now across.
Westfall 3rd, Rose 4th, Simon 5th. Keene, Cottle, Walters, Smith, and Frischesser. 8 down, 25 to go. Set to go back to green here off of turn number 4. Former Hensel winner Thomas Meserall leads us back to green. Meserall goes right to the middle, drifts up to the high side of the speedway. Tim Buckwalter in second. Cottle trying to find some space up there on the high side of the speedway. Shane Cottle, always faster at the Fremont Speedway, working on the outside for 5th. Cottle's got 25 to go. Whoa, Landon Simon trying to take it to the infield, and cars bundle up behind him. Set to a green here, 9 down, 24 to go. Thomas Meserall is your leader. Tim Buckwalter in second. Try this again off of turn number 4. Team Mez leads us back to green. Good restart there for Tim Buckwalter. He's going to hit the bottom side of the speedway. Show Team Mez a nose in the middle of 1 and 2. Team Mez wheels up. Here comes Shane Cottle. Cottle into the 4th spot. Cottle working on the high side of the speedway, trying to get around Bill Rose. Nobody's been able to really make the bottom work too well. Thomas Meserall runs right through the middle, drifts up to the cushion at the exit of the corner in corners 2 and 4. Cooper Klaus starting to make his way back up through the field. Knocking on the door inside the top 10. We'll complete lap number 12 this time by. Thomas Meserall out front. Leads this time. There's a bit higher into 1 and 2. Rides that cushion. Tim Buckwalter sits in second. Matt Westfall trying to make some ground on him. Shane Cottle up front. Cooper Klaus jumps the cushion big time in 3 and 4. Michael Frischesser and Dallas Hewitt start to duel. Back in the pack right around that 8 spot. Hewitt jumps the cushion big time, opens the door for Frischesser. Frischesser able to slip by. There's the battle for 8. Matt Westfall slowly closing in on the 17 of Tim Buckwalter. Team has out front. Here we go with lap number 16. Off of turn number 4 this time. Cross flags. Thomas Meserall about a mash to the top right now. Can anybody catch him? About a half a straightaway lead over Tim Buckwalter and Matt Westfall. I think Buckwalter slowly closing in. Thomas Meserall bounce around up there on the cushion. Westfall rolling on the bottom side of the speedway. Tim Buckwalter up high. That lead down to about 5 car lengths. A little more than half a second the last time by the flag stand. Buckwalter certainly closing, this time by the stripe, just about 5/10 again. Ted Hines slows on the back straightaway, pulls it to the infield. We should be able to stay green. Trevor Kobolars as well. Looks like he might have lost some brakes. Tim Buckwalter and Matt Westfall closing in. Here comes Shane Cottle as well. Everybody cleaning green right now around the speedway. 0.6 of a second the lead last time by. Up to 0.8 of a second. Cottle able to roll around the high side of the speedway. Here he comes. 2, 3, and 4. Just about nose to tail this time into 3 and 4. Cottle goes to the high side of the speedway. Buckwalter right in the middle. Buckwalter able to hold on to that 2nd spot. Cottle up to 3rd. Cody Swanson pulls it to the infield. Tough break for Cody Swanson. Going to be in lap traffic here within a handful of laps. This team has wheelies up here off of turn number 4. Shane Cottle trying to make the high side of the speedway work. Got his momentum killed big time, and that allows Thomas Mosar to get away. He bikes on the cushion in the middle of 3 and 4, as does Shane Cottle. Dustin Smith currently sits in that 6th spot. He was 7th for Chesser in 8th. Whoa, Cooper Klaus bangs the wall off of turn number 4, able to keep her straight. Thomas Meserol now getting into lap traffic, gets around Cooper Klaus. Matt Westphal working on the inside of Tim Buckwalter. Westphal, see if we can clear Buckwalter off of 2, he can. Those two battle side by side for that 2nd spot. Cottle not far behind. Buckwalter now going to see what he's got up top, as does Cottle. Battle for 5th between Smith and Rose. Somebody's got to be moving forward. It's going to have to be the 2nd, 3rd, or 4th place men. Drew Rader set to be the next car to go a lap down. We complete lap number 27 this time by. That means 6 to go. Thomas Meserol on the high side of the speedway. 2, 3, and 4 could certainly use a caution right now. 5 phalanges to go. Meserol to the high side of the speedway. Trips up on the cushion. Gets around the lap car of Drew Rader. 2 more lap cars to go for him. Thomas Meserol bikes big on the cushion right in front of Drew Rader. Rader gets hard on the brakes. Allows Buckwalter closing a little bit. 4 laps to go. Car slow off of turn 4, Dustin Smith. Dustin Smith, your Boss Series points leader, slows here on the front straightaway. Dustin Smith, your current Boss Series points leader, was running in the 6th spot as he comes to a stop off of turn number 4 and comes to a stop here on the front straightaway.
74-17.
And he has already secured the championship here in 2017.
They know they hold their position. 74, I need to go up between the 9.
Lapped cars will keep their positions.
The 9X.
In the feature, he is finishing 15th.
All right, guys, we're going in. Stand by.
Thomas Meserol, your leader.
4 to go.
4 laps to go. 29 have been complete. Thomas Meserol, your leader. Then the lap car of Drew Rader. 2nd running, the red machine of Tim Buckwalter. Then Matt Westphal. Set to go green off of turn 4. 4 to go. Buckwalter right away gets to the high side of the speedway. Meserol going to hit the high side. Buckwalter will as well. Cottle on the high side of the speedway as well. Westphal trying to make something work on the bottom. Buckwalter gets her way sideways, hits the cushion big time. 3 to go. Tim Buckwalter closing in though on Thomas Meserol. Lead this last time by was 0.6 of a second. See what he can do here. 2 laps to go this time by. 0.7 of a second the lead for Thomas Meserol. Meserol have to make a big mistake here. Penultimate lap here in the Hensel Memorial. 1 lap to go in the 2017 Boss season and the Hensel Memorial. Final time here around the Fremont Speedway. Final time down the back straightaway through turns 3 and 4 for the 2nd time in his career. Thomas Meserol wins the Hensel Memorial. Dustin, step on over here, man. This beautiful-looking 77 machine. Opportunity for you tonight to grab onto it and eventually clinch the 2017 Boss Championship. And we'll talk to Lou Gagliardi as well. He owns this machine. But what's this mean to you?
Oh, it's I'm happy for the whole crew. Dom's Golf, Lou Gagliardi, Pete, Kale, Bruce and Sandy Dalton, Lynn Cook. We couldn't do it without all these people. And to win the championship is for the second time is special for me, but to win it for the first time for Lou is real special.
Hey, you had a good run going. What happened there in the main event? You had the thing locked up going into it, but you won here back in May, and I'm sure you wanted to have a good run there. You had a good one going. What happened there in our main event?
Yeah, we were coming up, got in top 5, and then going down the back stretch, it just lost power. I think I stripped out the cam spud for the fuel pump, and it just shut down.
Well, either way, you're the 2017 Boss Champion, your second Boss Championship. A well done job.
Thank you.
How about a round of applause for our 2017 Boss Champion, Dustin Smith. Step on over here and get a quick word with Lou Gagliardi, man. I know this doesn't quite make up for the $125, but a championship for you. You just won a championship as a car, and I know it's something you've been aiming for a long time. What does this mean to you to be able to put into words?
I'm really happy. We had a great season. We didn't make it easy on us with Owens and fish and chips, but we had a hell of a year.
Any final words, any people that you want to thank that make this whole effort possible, I'm sure?
All the guys. I mean, they've stuck with me, and you know how much I can be an ass. But they've been there, and they've been there helping me every week, and I'm glad we got it done.
2017 Boss Champion, the owner of this beautiful-looking machine. How about it as well for Lou Gagliardi, this whole 77 crew?